Well, we've already replaced the vacuum gasket motor. Showed you how to do that. We showed you how to test your vacuum to see if it's got enough vacuum pressure. Now we're going to talk about cleaning your dirt bags. Their name is not really dirt bags. They're filter bags, but dirt bag sounds so much more fun. And this job is not fun at all. So what you want to do is, we cleaned them last night, so there's not going to be much down here. We keep our vacuums locked because some people like to come by and get in there and see what they can get, and then they leave the doors open, and then people complain, oh, it don't work. So we keep our vacuums locked up, which most people probably should, because the machine doesn't work properly. It's not closed up. We'll open up the bottom, see what little bit's down there. This is all since yesterday. It was cleaned yesterday. Those dirt bags up there is what we're fixing to work on replacing. So that's where the trash collects. The motors suck up the dirt into these bags up here. These bags right here surprisingly don't look too bad. And see all that crap coming out of the bottom? It's going to come out when you mess with it.
You should wear a mask.
You should close this, check them out like that. So when we're fixing to take them loose, all that crap's going to get in our face and our hands, and we see it's going to be a mess. So while we're waiting for that to settle, these are the J.E. Adams commercial vacuums for car washes. We're here at Snowflake Washateria in Dallas, Texas. Nice sunny day. So when we're doing this, the first things that we want to do is when we open this up, we want to have our rags. We want to clean everything really good, including your gaskets. This is what a gasket looks like. These are the gaskets in place. Sometimes these things get peeled off from the pressure, suction, and if they do, then you replace them. Other than just being dirty, these two gaskets look fine, but we always keep a couple of these on stock just in case. So now that we've got it good and messy, what I like to do, it's less messy. I'm going to fire this up, vacuum it out, and then we're going to come back to you. I take the vacuum that's next to me that we've already worked on, and I like to suck out all this crap in there because I don't like getting too dirty. There's a quarter. So now we've got to reach in here, and they've got some little hooks at the top with these little eye rings. When you slip off the top of it, there's the piece right there that it hooks onto. So you slip that off from inside here. So you reach in there and you slip off each one. You got to kind of feel which way the eyelet is, and then take that knob loose. Alright, so that's what it looks like up in there. What we do is visually inspect these motors. That's how we found the gasket was bad on this other one here. Is you look up in here, and as long as you don't see any motor gasket material sucked in to the side here, then your gasket's in good shape. So you get a shot of that up in there where you see where the motors are. See the motors in there, you can see the gaskets aren't sucked through. And so as long as they look like that, your motors are good. So now we're going to pull these bags out, and this is where it gets a little tricky and dirty. These bags have a rubber ring inside the bottom here that snaps into place, and it's a little bit of a shim-sham to get it in and out. But once you get it figured out, you might get your finger stuck in there and you might not. So here's what we go. Reach in there on the bottom and the top, and you pull it to you at both bottom and top, and then push it up. There it comes right out there. This is the filter, and that ring is in there, and it's spongy, and it fits in that tubing. What we do is throw them in the trash. Get a shot of this in here. You can see these O-rings. You got to reach in here, top and bottom. They get stuck in there because of all the crap people vacuum with. Sometimes there's water in it. Creates this feel around. So now you can see how that came loose. We're going to pull that one out. These haven't been cleaned in about 3 years. These don't actually look too bad. We're going to reach in here. We're going to grab another one. All that crap's coming out of there. Comes right on with it. The back one is the one you do last, and the first one you put back in. Here's some of that crap right here. So it gets stuck to the inside of this from people vacuuming wet stuff in there, and it gets up there and clogs around, and that's what makes it hard to come loose. Alright, now what we suggest doing, turning them upside down in the trash here. Knock out as much of the crap as you can. It is nasty. Especially if it hasn't been cleaned in 3 years, it's going to be real nasty. So what we try to do is, so as to not make too big of a mess, kind of put them together like this and this. We're going to bring them into the laundry, stick them in the washer. Here we are at the laundromat. You want to make sure you're good friends with the owner of the laundry before you do this. And you stick them in there real gently just to not get any of the dust anywhere. We get some quarters. We want to super wash, door shut. You want to make sure you're good friends with the laundromat owner. And we run these things through there twice. You're going to see how dirty this water is. Don't have no soap, here's a secret. Go to the trash can, find you an empty soap jug or two, fill them up with water, yeah, free soap. Now, as you can see here, it's getting pretty dirty in there. It'll look like some really good chocolate milk here in a minute. That's how nasty those things are. They get dirt and they suck all the crap out of your cars and trunks, and this is where it all goes, in those dirt bags. But when they come out of there, we're going to show you what they look like. We just had a load, we already done one. We've got them in the dryer right now. We're fixing to go grab those and head back outside. Got some fresh cleans right here. back at the car wash. We've got our new clean bags. And what we always do is we take a dirty wet rag, wipe down the inside of this, just kind of knock off some of the dust. Get a shot in there, see what it looks like while I'm cleaning it. So those are the holes that these bags fit into. So it's just best to clean everything up real good. That's the top, that's the bottom, that's where the bags hook into. So we clean it up real good. I guess you don't have to clean it. It's just the way I do it. I think if you're going to take the time to work on something, you should at least clean it up a little bit before you put it back together. It's always been my motto, even racing cars. Them dirt cars get awful dirty. Hello, you better get back inside there. Here comes your mama. Did you get her?
Yeah.
Alright, so now we got it cleaned off. Again, we're working on the J.E. Adams Car Wash Commercial Vacuum. These are these tricky snap rings that go in these holes. And they're a little tricky, but once you get them figured out, you can do it. Start at the very back on the back hole, going in at the top, making sure that you get these hooked in real good. And when you do, you want to lay them in there to where they're just laying in there good and straight. Now, I'm going to show y'all how to do it my way. And if you have a better way, then that's good, but here's how I do it. Stick it in at the back here to front first, and then I reach from the top and the bottom and I pull that gasket back like that, and then you feel the lips kind of pop in there, and then when you feel it pop like that, you know you've got a good seal. Look down here, you'll see about an inch of it, or half inch, sticks out when you've got it in there properly. Now, these have this ring right here. That's where you snap them in at. So we'll go ahead and put the rest of these in. Started with the back one. We'll move to the right side now. Hook it up. Make sure you're hooked in good. At the top. Hooked in good. Then you come in here. Pull it to you first, on your side first. Kind of get it down in there as good as you can, and then reach in there, pull that back, slide it down a little. Oh, it popped out that time. Watch your fingers, because your fingers will get caught in here. It won't chop them off, but it will hurt. All right. Pow. Okay. Working on number 3. This is a 4-bagger of the dirt bag system. Most of them have 4, some have a little more, some have 2. All right. Back in there. Push it back. Kind of feel it drop down. Once you do it a few times, you'll feel it. And that one didn't go in there all the way. You got to pop it in there. That one's in a little too far. You gotta raise it up. There it goes. When you hear that pop, you know you got it all the way. Last bag. We'll do the front. You work from the back to the front, side to side. Get your hooked in, bag straight. Reach down in here, This one's a little tricky because you can't really see what you're doing on this one. You just got to feel it out. You heard that pop?
Mm-hmm.
We know that means that's good. So what we've done is we've changed the bags, got them in there straight, and we'll put it here, dirt bag, cleaned. 11/20, 2019. I'll put my initials here, so not there's any question, but so I'll know who did it and when we did it. All right, so now we got that done. We can seal this thing back up, test it out, and see what it tests. We want to clean the doors around every door every time you open them, even the seals. We'll get some crap on there. You want to make sure that that door seal is good. Now this door seal, it looks like it's going to need replacing soon because it's kind of flattened out and it's coming apart right here, as you can see right there. So that means that this one's going to fail pretty soon. Normally we would do that right now, but since we're shooting a video, we're going to put that back together. We'll do another video on another day on how to replace these door gaskets. And that door gasket goes right there. So now we'll shut it up. We're going to get our... Alright, we've got it all shut back up. We're going to do our test on it, see how good it's working. We're looking for 80 pounds here. Real close to 80, so that's what we're looking for. That's how you do dirt bags in your J&E Adams commercial vacuums at your car wash from Snowflake Washateria.